It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast with Lydell, Dinero, and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast. You already know. We got AK in the building. What up? You got me in the building. Lydell Dinero, of course. We here to, you know what time it is. If you are living under a rock or something, you may not have heard that Hawkeye just dropped on Disney Plus last Wednesday. They dropped first two episodes actually, so we got to see. We got a good look of at Kate Bishop and Hawkeye and their shenanigans in the first two episodes. So we're gonna talk about that. Also, we got a couple of pop culture topics to start it off. So got a good episode for y'all today. So thank you for being here. AKA, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling groovy. I'm over here chilling.
Yeah, did you watch the show? You watched the show, I'm sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
So yeah, how'd you feel about it? Not we're not gonna go into it yet, but are you happy about what you've seen? Just did you like it?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I thought it was good. I like the direction it seems to be going right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One thing that kept killing me was the girl that plays his daughter. She's one of the Russo brothers' daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she looks just like him, and I can't stop. Every time I look at her face, I keep seeing his face, so it's like weird.
That's hella funny. Yeah, we're gonna get into all that shit. But first and foremost, I want to let y'all see this merch here we got going for the Best of Bias podcast. I told you guys that I had something special on the way for y'all. Hats, bucket hats, all that kind of stuff. And as you can see, what I got on my head right now is the Best of Bias trucker. You see the logo on top. Nice little thing. I got trucker hats, beanies, bucket hats, dad hats, all with the logo on them. Let me show you. You know what? Let me show it. It's better to show than tell. So this is the bucket hat here. You know what I'm saying? Quick little brown thing. Got a couple of colors in this. Holla at me. It'll be up on the website soon, real soon. Getting inventory going right now. But we got this dad hat. This one's a little, mint green thing. A little different here. You know what I'm saying? And then, orange. Got to keep it orange here. It's a little color differentiation so you can see what the other colors look like. And then, of course, for our beanie wearers, it's the winter. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you got the beanies. You know what I'm saying? So, we got it all. Plenty more to come. More facial expressions. Expect a lot from the merch store here. Best of Bias. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was manifesting this. And there's plenty more to come. Something else I'm going to let you guys know soon. Dropping something soon. But that's to come. But yeah, get you on. Holla at me. Hit me up. DMs. All that stuff. Comment in the YouTubes and all that if you want to try to get, your hands on some of this new merch. This new heat that we got dropping. But yeah, let's get to the show. Talk a lot more about that towards the end of the episode. We'll drop some links and shit like that. But yeah, man, let's get into some of these topics. So the Ahmaud Arbery case, that just wrapped up. The three men involved, I'm not even gonna mention their names because I'm sure everybody knows who they are at this point. They all got found guilty of 9 counts, 9 different counts, whatever they were charged with, basically, and they're gonna be in jail, thrown under the jail, rightfully so. Coming off that Kyle Rittenhouse verdict, I didn't really think. Well, this one is kind of like, how would they get off? But after seeing a lot of these cases that happened, I wouldn't put it past the judicial system right now. So, how do you feel about this verdict?
Yeah, it came out the way I expected it to. It's like what they did had. There was no way for it to be justified. There was no way. To me, it's funny because I look at it and say like the whole scenario is similar to what happened to Trayvon Martin. Only difference was they weren't like sneaking up following him. They came out in plain sight. But I don't know what they were thinking. Like you were approaching a man saying, "I just want to talk to him," with guns and shit.
Right.
And he don't know who you are. You're pulling up in a fucking truck. And yeah. So in anybody's mind, you have fight or flight.
Probably
It's
had
going,
headphones on. You probably don't know what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah. That's something like terrifying to just appear out of nowhere on you.
Right.
And yeah, everything you're doing is the instinct of fighting for your life or running. And since you tried to corner him, he had no option but to try and defend himself and fight, and at least get the weapon away from you, and got killed in the process.
Right.
And to be honest, I mean, if you were police, you could have probably got away with that. But the problem is you're not. I mean, well, one of them was, but I mean, like, I don't know where in their head they didn't think this was going south. I don't know.
Right.
It was
How do
just
you feel
weird.
about, not to make light of the situation or anything, micro cameras inside of guns? So you know every situation when people are shooting them and why they shot their guns. Well, that bring up a whole nother thing, like not like freedom and shit like that, freedoms. But I don't know, man, because these situations, because you never, like I said, they probably threw some racial slurs out there. He probably knew they were there for fucking harm and no good. You know what I'm saying? Not looking for somebody that was stealing
Well,
shit just to kill
I,
somebody.
I think somebody recorded it, so I think you hear what he was saying. I'm pretty sure, but um, so I'm pretty sure he said some racist stuff. He
Yeah,
doesn't
had to, man.
he doesn't look like he hasn't. Yeah. Um, but that micro gun or camera things in a gun, it sounds stupid as fuck. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man, because this shit is crazy, man. People are trying to piece together situations on why he shot who. Was he making any gestures towards somebody? Was he a threat? Like, goddamn, how
Well, I
after
mean,
the person's
you
gone,
can
you
look
can't
at
really assess.
you can look at the video, and yeah, he's like trying to get the shotgun away from him, but that's because when he's trying to run past him, the dude is like trying to stay in front of him. So he
No,
just
I
says,
feel
"Fuck
that because
it."
it was recorded in
Yeah.
that instance, but for all
Oh
the
yeah.
shootings that aren't recorded, and
Oh
police are
yeah.
supposedly supposed to have body cams, but those motherfuckers don't always have them on. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think of crime prevention. I know you saw that video of dude in Texas when they were fighting over the gun, or I forgot exactly what the case was. I guess dude's mom was married to this other dude, and dude's dad was trying to come see the kid,
Oh
and the stepdad and dude was
yeah.
arguing on the porch, and he just shot his ass and killed him on the porch. I mean, to stand your
Yeah.
ground and all that, but fuck, if that situation wasn't recorded, then what? I don't know. That's a
Well,
wild ass situation.
the worst part about it is the if the mom stays with that dude, it's like if you stay with this dude who you have who you're he's helping you raise your kids, because he's a guy, and for the most part, if you're married to him, he takes on that responsibility, and he killed those kids' parents.
Yeah,
Like there's gonna be like an issue there because I
yeah,
don't know. Like I'd have to be really young for me to like just acclimate to the fact that this dude killed my dad, and now I gotta be raised like he is my dad.
yeah,
But most kids are old enough to know the difference, and they don't grow up feeling some type of way. Like you
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
have. I would be growing up plotting like, yeah, mom, let him come live with us. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
hooray.
that definitely is going to happen because there's no way in the world you justify just shooting a man like that. If you're going to fight, fight. He didn't look like he
Yeah,
was, hella threatening to the point where you're going to die if you fight this man. That was kind
yeah,
of pussy in my opinion, if you're going to get that big ass shotgun. I mean, he was kind of out of pocket for trying to grab it. I guess he got scared or whatever, but that nigga, he was so far. He didn't have to, man, I don't know. That shit was wild. I would have,
I
at
did.
that,
Did they have a
yeah.
video or something?
Oh, yeah, on Twitter.
Oh,
That shit was on
I,
Twitter.
I did not see the video.
Oh, you didn't see the video?
I just saw
Oh,
like a picture where like he's like yelling at him in his face. The guy has the shotgun or the rifle,
oh,
whatever it
bruh.
is.
It is wild because they have a view from outside and inside. It basically, they're arguing, just arguing, basic ass regular people argument. And he's like, leave. And dude goes inside, gets his shotgun, big ass
Hmm.
shotgun. And he like starts pointing at him.
I don't
And
even. Is it a shotgun? Is it a shotgun? Because they had a clip on it in the picture. It
it
looked
was
like
like
it had a.
it looked like one of those super heavy duty military shotgun. Kind of, I think it
Rifle
was a
or rifle
shotgun.
man. It
Yeah, it
wasn't a
might have been a
rifle.
rifle, but look,
Uh,
it looked like a shotgun. But I don't know. You got to see it on Twitter. But basically, they're arguing, and dude went out to get the gun to threaten them. basically kind of pointing at him. And the dad, I guess the biological father, he wasn't scared about all that shit. So he was still kind of like face to face with dude. And then he said, "Put that gun away before I take you and use it on you. Take it and use it on you," or some shit like that. And then he gestures, he grabs it, and dude kind of like backs up. And the dad is actually on the porch at this moment. And then the stepdad is kind of facing towards his house with the guy at the shotgun. He shoots him twice, and the dad just drops. He fucking dies. He just sits there and dies, and dudes, and they're like, "Yeah, I told him to leave." Like, and then they're like talking to him, "But you didn't have to go and do all that." Like, there's not a dead body just sitting right there.
Yeah.
Shit was nuts. It was like, it doesn't, like, I'm watching the situation over and over. It's like,
I heard he didn't even get arrested at first, did he?
no, he was just standing there next to him. I told him to leave. You guys saw, I was telling him to leave. He literally he was at the point he shot him, he was like 5 to 6 feet away. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna squab, you can drop the gun in the bed of that truck or on the ground somewhere and fight this man. This man took a couple steps back, aimed, and shot him twice. And dude dropped and died.
At the time that he shot him, was he even gesturing at him?
It wasn't even like, that's the thing. The thing was like, "I'm not gonna take it from you and use it." He was like, "Get that shit out of here," type shit. So he grabbed it and threw out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Get out of the way type shit. And dude kind of like stumbled down and walked down off the porch, kind of took a couple steps back, just aimed and shot him. While the whole confrontation was being recorded by multiple people.
Was the wife there?
Yeah, there's multiple people there. There's somebody kind of talking to the dad while he was there in a car. And then there's another view on Twitter. The person somebody reviewing it from videoing it from inside the house. So you see the dad drop from behind, and you actually see it in full view of him getting shot. It's just sad as fuck. And it's like, fuck, okay, I get stand your ground and all that, but he just shot dude and they just like it was nothing. Like it was nothing.
Yeah, he'll probably get some slap on the wrist, depending on what he was. I mean, he was white, right? I mean,
they both were white.
No, I saw the picture. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
but I mean, I heard that he's like some kind of like state official something. I forgot the fuck he is, but the dude that's the one who got killed, but the one who did the killing.
Right. And I get it. God rest the dead. You can tell the guy, the father was like kind of overbearing, kind of like one of those guys like, "I'm gonna talk shit and like stand over you and I don't give a fuck" type shit. And the stepdad was kind of a smaller kind of guy, business kind of man type guy, and was like, "Get back" type shit. And then went in and got that gun, and dude was not scared of it, and then he just popped him. But to tie it all together, it's like that kind of shit that's just so wild that people are just out here getting lost to gun violence. And without these videos, without these cell phones, just imagine what was happening back in the day. It was just shit was wild.
Yeah, especially because he could have easily just backed up and aimed down and shot him in the knee.
Right.
If it was to that point. But,
right. And I'm telling you, the way he shot him, it was like, oh, I'm at it. It was far. It was like, you didn't have to do all that. You could have pistol whipped him if he walked forward. I mean, hit him with the gun if he walked towards you. This man, pop.
But you know how the judicial system is? If he has enough money and good enough lawyers, he's Gucci.
It's just wild, especially in Texas. Let me see here. I want to talk a little bit about this Kevin Hart show. True story. Let me just wrap that all with a bow. I don't want to move on gracefully like that without kind of rest in peace to all the people that were lost. Ahmaud Arbery. Yep. Ahmaud Arbery. Rest in peace. I'm glad we got some justice out of a case for once. A lot of times, a lot of this stuff goes either unsolved or the people get off. So I'm happy that, these guys were on stand saying, yes, I did call him vermin. No, he wasn't a threat. No, he didn't have any, he didn't rush towards me. No, I didn't think he was doing anything besides jogging. Like, what? So yeah, for them to get anything else besides a guilty verdict would be fucking wild as shit. But anyway, let's move on to this Kevin Hart show. True story. We get to see another side of Kevin Hart. It wasn't a comedy, actually. I know you said you haven't watched it yet, so I won't go too much into it. For y'all out there who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And for those who haven't, it's trending I think #1 still on Netflix in US. So go check it out. Basically, Kevin Hart's playing pretty much himself, but it's not like a true story, which is kind of ironic because it's called True Story.
So it's like 8 Mile, but the Kevin Hart version.
Kinda, but really, because the shit that happens, I'm sure it didn't happen to him. This is all kind of scripted, kind of drama shit.
That's the same thing that happened on 8 Mile. It was like Eminem's life, but not really Eminem's life. You know.
Yeah, but if you've seen the first episode, and I'm just gonna say, murder happens.
Oh, dun dun dun. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure that is not part of Kevin Hart's come up. So, anyways, we're just gonna say there's a comedian. His name is Kid in the movie or in the TV show, and he's basically a comedian about to reach $1 billion net worth, and shit just starts going down. Wesley Snipes plays his brother in the movie. And I guess his brother kind of shows up out of nowhere after a show, and kind of gets back into his life. Or he might have always been his life. I don't really remember. But basically, you can tell that Wesley Snipes is kind of a bad influence. And once he gets to Wesley Snipes, shit goes downhill from there. And a lot of situations go down for Kid, not Kevin Hart, but Kid, which is his character in the movie, and he has to, get himself out of it. And it's a series, a drama, and it's not really he's telling jokes on stage, kind of, but it's more so just trying to show his serious side.
I thought it was an episode. I thought it was the episode of the movie.
No, it's a TV show actually.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay.
Yep, him and Wesley Snipes. It's pretty cool actually.
Him and Blade.
Exactly.
Good old Blade.
Speaking of Blade, I forgot his name now. What's his name? Delroy Lindo.
Who?
Delroy Lindo played in that movie Five Bloods. Bald black dude, like famous from back in the day. He had the fucking hoop earring in the Spike Lee movies. You know who I'm talking about when you look him up. But anyways, Delroy Lindo is supposed to be in Blade with fucking homeboy Mahershala Ali. Mm-hmm. So I think he's gonna be Whisker. What's his name? The Blade sidekick.
Oh yeah,
Whistler.
There we go.
Yeah. So I think that. So look up Delroy Lindo, and you'll probably know what I'm talking about right away. And he looks like he'll be the black version of Whistler, which is hella funny. But yeah, that's hella interesting. But yeah, go check that TV show out. And just one more TV show I want you guys to check out before we get into this Hawkeye review. Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount Plus. It actually is starring Jeremy Renner. Basically, I've been watching a lot of 60 Days In. Have you seen 60 Days In?
I just started watching it, dude, and I've only watched like part of one episode, I think, or 2 episodes or something.
She's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like it. It's not bad.
Yeah, me and Veronica watched like the first couple of seasons.
When I watched I think it was season 6 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Dude, like the first episode or so, I think 2 dudes quit or something shit.
Yeah. And they be trying to quit and they don't be letting them out. That's hella fucked up. He's like, it's getting crowded in this pod. It's getting real crowded. And they're like, nah. He's like, if you don't let me out, I'm blowing up this whole situation. That shit was hella funny.
I mean, they can't just let him out immediately.
Right. Yeah, they gotta.
But that should also let them know the amount of like protection they have, because if it takes that long for them to get them out of like that, if something really does go down, they only got like one CO on the pod at a time.
Yeah, that's just wraps. Yeah.
If they decide to go ballistic, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah, if they want to put hands on you, they want to corner you, they can do it. They try to keep them in the areas with the cameras and shit, so they don't get attacked and they can know what's happening at all times. But shit gets wild. I only say that to say because the show Mayor of Kingstown, kind of, if you like that kind of shit, this kind of is a kind of expanded version of it. If you like, what was that show where dude was breaking out of jail at season after season after season?
Prison Break.
I thought it was called like Jailbreak or something like that. I didn't want it to be that obvious, but goddamn. But anyways, yeah, Prison Break. If you like that kind of shit, Mayors of Kingstown is kind of cool in that aspect because it kind of gives you a different view.
I thought you were gonna say something like Oz.
Not really. But I mean, I guess I didn't really watch much Oz. My mom watched a lot of Oz, but I didn't really watch much Oz.
It was a little too much. It was a little bit too intense.
Too jail?
I mean, I don't know if jail's really like that, but That
It
shit
is.
was, it was
This
intense.
shit's wild. But yeah, it's wild because Mayor's of Kingstown, like I said, Jeremy Renner's one of the main characters in it. It's like about a group of brothers. They're pretty much the wardens of a jail and a couple of jails in Detroit. I guess within a 10-mile radius, there's 7 different prisons, and they oversee all them things, and they try to keep everything running smooth. And the way they do it is they go and kind of work with the gangs and the people outside the prisons that are kind of running it from the outside in, and kind of make sure that they're taken care of so everything in the jail runs smooth, making their job easy. And they kind of put pride in themselves, saying that they don't do anything illegal. So everything that they're doing is legal. So they can't get arrested or anything. But the shit that they go through in this show is pretty epic. They gotta like make deals with the Crips outside of jail just so one of the COs doesn't get beat up or get raped and stuff in jail, because once one of the, I guess one of the Crips in jail took a liking to him and started
Oh
doing him
wow.
favors and helped him get drugs in. Spoiler alert. And since he did that, they're like, oh, yeah, he's hooked now. He's mine now, because if he doesn't do what I say, I'm gonna tell the warden that he snuck in drugs, and he's either gonna be fired and basically come in jail, and I can just he's be my bitch in jail now from him having to be in jail, or you're just gonna have to keep doing what I tell you to do. And it ended up being one of the other CEO's sons. He was like a rookie. So he was like, fuck, this dude took on to my son and I can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, yeah, so basically I'm going to talk to the leader of the Crips outside of the, jail. So he'll leave your son alone inside jail, because that's the commander outside. And he says it's going to cost you something. He's like, yeah, I'll get you some drugs in jail. I'll give you 2 free FedEx packages if you leave this man alone. He's like, okay, I need about an ounce in that FedEx package. You only get 2 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. Yeah. So basically, they just kind of do hella shit outside the.
How the hell isn't that illegal to allow?
Well, they don't know what they're gonna ship in it, but they're gonna give them let them get a FedEx package into the jail. So it's kind of like don't ask, don't tell type shit. I don't know. It's exactly because their mom kind of disowns them. She's like a teacher in the females' prison, and she don't like to talk to her sons because they know that they're pretty much doing illegal shit. They always say that they're teetering on the line of illegal, but not really illegal.
Immoral. Okay.
Exactly. So she's like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't fuck with you guys because you guys are fucking doing shady shit, trying to keep these jails straight and try to keep a reputation. But they're like, oh no, we're not doing nothing illegal. But in actuality, during the show, they start, shit starts going down, which makes them take a introspective look and like, actually, this shit is kind of wild. So check out Mayors of Kingstown, Paramount Plus now. There's actually probably like 2 or 3 episodes now, so you can get really into the show. And let me know how you like it. Leave some comments, reach out to me, let me know. But yeah, man. Yeah, go check that shit out. Let's get into some of this Hawkeye review, because I know that's what the people have been waiting for. We got 2 episodes to talk about. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and give the brief overview. Let's just do episode 1. We can just go smoothly into episode 2. Well, actually, I don't really remember exactly what happens in order, so we can just talk about it all together.
Same here.
Yeah, so we can just talk about it all together like one big episode. But just go ahead and give that brief overview.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like one big episode.
And
it wasn't bad at all. I thought it was good. I liked how they gave a brief explanation for his hearing loss, because they haven't really explained it up until this point.
Right.
So that's the first time we actually see that he has a hearing issue, which he actually had in the comic.
Yeah.
So they gave a quick, just explosions happening next to his head and stuff, which would give anybody a hearing problem.
Exactly. Big ass explosions.
Yeah, but the way they explained the girl Kate Bishop, I like the beginning of it. I like the way they pin everything together in Marvel. Like everything in some way is connected, and they can always go back and use archive footage which is what I think they did, unless they just de-aged him and made a new scene where Hawkeye's on top of the building fighting against those fucking aliens.
Oh yeah, that was all just
first Avengers.
I've seen that scene. I think what happens after was kind of just CGI.
Yeah. But it seems like pretty much anybody who just goes and trains in martial arts and shit can potentially be a fucking Avenger. But because I mean, that's all she did was she went and like I didn't see anything about parkour training,
Oh yes, I'm glad
you
you're getting
know,
into this. I'm glad you're getting into this. Yeah, go ahead.
or like it just had like martial arts training and stuff. So it was like when the shit hit the fan and she had to do all that fighting, like instinct wise, like how do you have instincts to do all these flips and jump over all this shit when they don't really train all that shit in martial arts? Like
Right.
they don't. That shit's not something that they commonly train you to do. They don't be like, all right, then after we get finished kicking and defending and blocking, all right, I want you to do a barrel roll, jump over this,
Yes.
shit. It's
Yeah.
like they don't do shit like that.
Right.
Parry over this and then,
Exactly.
do a cartwheel, backflip, double fly, spin, twist, swirl. I don't know, but yeah. So that part right there was kind of like it's just that they don't explain some of like these unique fighting skills and abilities that regular people have. Kind of like they did with Harley Quinn's character in
Yep.
Birds of what you call it?
Pray.
Yeah, Birds of
And
Prey.
Suicide Squad, the second one.
Yeah, exactly. Like she just has like she goes from being a therapist that gets shocked or whatever the hell done to her by the Joker to make her crazy too. And somewhere in that he slipped in like fucking fight like a super soldier.
Yeah.
Do shit that normal humans can't do, and most guys who are like 5 times as strong as you can't do. Yet you do it just well,
Yeah.
and you're shooting like fucking John Wick. So it's like,
Yeah. She has gun fu and shit. Yeah, it's just wild. I didn't
yeah,
I want to
ghost
get to
dog
that.
and shit.
I'm gonna get to that point you made. Yeah, they didn't show her even training with the bow. It's like they just showed a bunch of trophies and expected us to believe that she was the greatest of all time. It's like,
Yeah,
girl, you was doing karate from 5 to what are you, 21? All right, I
yeah,
get it, but how raw does that make you against people that have been training all their lives and superheroes out here that you're gonna be fighting? And
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah,
Doing fencing, archery, all that shit.
fencing.
Like,
What is fencing? Like when is she gonna be using a sword? That's what I want to know. When is
well,
that relevant?
oh, because the stepdad, his character, he's like a version of the Source Master.
Oh, okay. I don't know because she's just talking about how she
Yeah,
was state champion and shit. Huh?
yeah, but you remember the scene where her and him were like were doing that whole little
Oh yeah,
duel?
absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like their in way of showing you that there's more to that character, that he's clearly going to be actual, villain.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Because
I already
one
know.
thing where he does that little fucking no look block and blocks her move when he wasn't looking.
Kept that shit spinning.
Yeah,
Yeah, dope.
shows that he's a little bit better than he puts on.
But mom knows that because either spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but I know you guys have. But it's either her or dude that killed motherfucking. I think it was the moms that killed dude his
Uh,
brother, his uncle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no, I think he did it. 'Cause I think he's a villain.
Right, but I think her mom's a villain too.
I don't remember if her mom is.
Because she's too cool with everything. When shit was going on, she was way too calm. I think they're trying to make it seem like dude killed him, Armand or whatever, but I think it
Mhm.
was actually her. Because it was too on the
Maybe.
nose when he had the candy and showed it to her. Because basically
Uh-huh.
he revealed that he killed her from the beginning, but nah,
Yeah.
I think it was mom's, and they both got like an evil plot going on to do some shit, but she just hasn't realized that her mom was on some evil shit. And we haven't
Maybe.
seen what happened to her dad yet. So her mom could have something to do with the disappearance of her dad. And she's going to realize it. And that's going to become why she becomes the super K bishop that she is. That's my hunch from seeing 2 episodes. So I don't know anything that you guys don't know, but that's what I'm getting from it, because that mom
To
is
be
always the
honest,
bad guy.
well, yeah, probably. I don't really know the story of Kate Bishop, her backstory. It could be that though, because yeah, old girl is from what the Bates Motel movie or show.
Mhm.
Uh, and I mean, I didn't watch that show, but I assume if she's whatever Stuart Bates, what is his name? Stuart Bates, or what was his name again? The fucking dude from Psycho, Norman Bates. Norman
Okay.
Bates.
Yeah, yeah.
That was his name. He if she was his mom and she made him crazy, So I'm assuming that character, she was also crazy in that show.
And I think she was
Uh,
the mom in one of those horror movies too, either like
no, she's
Conjuring.
not. She's not the mom. She's the female. Her and her husband are they like investigators.
Oh yeah,
But
see, I
they,
knew she was
yeah,
in one of those bitches. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So she always gives that creepy ass kind of weird vibe, and for see her as the mom and have that vibe of, I don't care. That little saying she said to the to her daughter, she said something about young people and rich people always do the most reckless things, and you've always been both. So like,
Mm,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just shit like that. Little shit she says. She has too much swag to be this widow that is just super sad about everything. She moved on hella fast. I think there's something to it. I think
what do you
there's
mean
something to it.
What do you mean she moved on hella fast? The dad
Well,
died. The dad died when she was young.
but she didn't let her know. She didn't let her know that she was engaged to dude. She didn't know. She was surprised. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like I feel like she was moving kind of fast on getting married to him in a
Yeah.
sense. So I feel like
But I mean, the girl knew who he was though, because she mentioned his name when she called and said that she's gonna go by her place first. And
right,
she's
they've
like, "Oh
been
no, come over
dating.
here." Yeah, she's like, "Come over here for Jack's here, whoever his name is. I forgot what his fucking name was."
It's Jack. I think it's Jack. Some shit like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's weird. I'm weird to see, I'm interested to see what he's actually going to end up being, and the plot's going to actually end up being. I'm still interested to see why the whole auction scene where they're auctioning off the Ronin suit and why they wanted the Ronin sword so bad. Um,
yeah,
Interested to know why that Ronin suit fit that girl so good. Uh,
yeah. No. Look, it fit her good, and then it fit dude from 85 South Show. What's his
yeah,
name?
yeah. Oh, that is him. I
Yeah,
was like, his name. Oh, bruh, his name is like John something.
yeah. I
I
remember
was
I was watching that, and they was saying that he had been working on some movies, but he wasn't really specific on what it was. But that's what he was working on. He said he was working on some stuff.
That's hella funny because he's hella not funny on 85 South Show, but he was kind of funny
Yeah,
in the show.
he got his moments. He got his moments where he's funny on 85 South Show
But he ain't
sometimes.
on Carlos's level though. And
He
Carlos
ain't
be off the
nah,
top with the
he's not.
improv. He be out
Yeah,
there just saying shit, and then he be hopping in. It's like, all right, bro, you're not adding. You didn't
yeah,
add nothing funny to that. You kind of just made it dry. But yeah, they're hella funny. But fucking DC and fucking Chico Bean barely be on that shit no more.
yeah. They
They've been
barely
out
be
like
on there.
gone. Yeah, I think Chico Bean's on been working on that shit with Charlemagne on the Comedy
Uh,
Central. He has the show God's Honest Truth.
oh yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard about it.
I think he was on the first episode. I think Charlemagne be putting all his friends on. He has them on the show as little side analyst people. So I guess they go to them for like how they used to interview people on the street and shit, and like kind of
Oh,
ask them funny ass.
like the Daily Show.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. Hmm.
They just followed the same format.
Oh, but they let Charlemagne say whatever the fuck he wants. He be
What,
going off.
really?
Yes, he had a whole
Uh,
episode called "The Decrackification of the United States," where he was just calling racist white people crack ass crackers the whole time on national TV, and he goes on the fucking Breakfast Club and does that shit all the time. This fool just kind of says what pretty much I guess the Daily Show and those people used to kind of say shit like that too, but they're actually he's putting a little urban spin on it and kind of like putting racist shit to the forefront and kind of shit we haven't really seen before, which is pretty interesting. But it is late night. I don't know how well it's doing, but he's been having hella good guests on because he has access to hella people. Kevin Hart's been on there, a bunch of like investors, mental health people, kind of stuff that he's trying to push and kind of get the Black community to pay more attention to, like mental health and reading books and people that actually write books. I think he has a publishing company, so this fool's doing a lot. But yeah, some cool shit. But what else in the show? What else in the show that we see?
uh,
It was interesting to me how he found the suit so fast.
yeah, that was weird. But I mean, I guess he got fucking Avengers technology that can, I don't know, they can do anything so far in this show. So I mean, not in the show, but in this universe. So we'll
Yeah,
see where they go with it. But yeah,
tracksuit gang.
he found it real quick. But it gave me what is that again? Vibes of Titans, where uh, Hawk and Dove, and Hawk had to find his suit because he lost his suit on the. Remember that one? And
Mhm.
there was like some dude on social media or robbing people with it or something like that. And he was on social media posting it, and
Yeah.
it was similar to that shit because he was like dressed up in the suit talking and stuff on his little post, and that's pretty much how he found him. But
And for him to even look at the LARPing place, he had closed the fucking fire truck door and saw the sticker on the window, which made him
yeah,
think to look at that. That was so fucking convenient. But
yeah,
what else? Foreshadowing, this fool Hawkeye probably hates his family. I don't get it. He just never
what?
comes. Hawkeye seems like he hates his family. I'm just kidding. I'm just being sarcastic. But
Oh
he seemed
yeah,
like he was gonna do everything with them on Christmas. But when it came down to it, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna help this girl. I'm gonna stay here. I'm sorry,
yeah.
guys."
I know. Yeah, it's like really weird why he's like so like quick to just help her out, like with no explanation to it. It's like, I mean, I know. I guess in his mind, I did a lot of fucked up shit. We don't really. They haven't really gone through details of what he done when he was Ronin. So that's probably what he's thinking. Is like, I did a lot of really fucked up shit to some really really powerful people. So
Right.
now they're gonna be coming after this person, and her name is already attached to it. So now I can't just leave her hanging because that's pretty much like killing her.
Question:
Uh
if
huh.
you were fighting somebody, would you know it was a girl in the suit?
No, but that's why they thought no. I mean, you. I mean, I guess you could. No,
They
yeah.
were
I
grabbing
mean,
the shit out of her. The tracksuit gang.
yeah. I was about to say, for the most part, yeah. There's no way you would be able to feel of the difference in the body of a female.
And then when you
So
hit her
yeah,
and she like feels the punch and goes, ah, she ain't gonna be like,
yeah.
oh, you know what I mean?
I mean,
I don't know.
if she says anything, but I mean, not only that, like just like picking her up, you'd be like, this has to be the smallest dude ever, or because she couldn't weigh no more than like maybe like 120.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And Ronan was, I don't know. They kind of made it seem like he was hella small when they did a side by side when they're walking down the street. But I'm like, God damn, is he really that small to where people think that this is what you used to look like?
yeah,
You didn't have no muscle definition. You didn't have none of that. They think you look like a scared little girl. God damn.
maybe it's some special suit they make. Maybe it's why they're making a big deal out of the suit because in the comic, a lot of different people use the suit. Not a lot, but Blade uses it at one point. I think I mentioned that. And I forgot who else, but um, maybe that's why they're making a big deal out of it because maybe that's how they introduce Blade. Maybe they
Hmm.
have him. That'd be dope though, just to have
Shit.
him running around as Ronin.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. But yeah, what else we got? What else we got? Any characters? Let's see. We already talked about the kids. They kept the same wife from the Avengers and all the and
Hmm.
all that shit. Um, did it make you feel any type of way that the older son looked kind of like Kyle Rittenhouse?
Kyle Rittenhouse. Who's Kyle Rittenhouse?
The nigga we just talked about that got off for killing the people in Kenosha?
Huh?
Remember we just dude that got off for killing the people in Kenosha, not guilty anymore.
Oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. My bad. Yeah.
Telling me that
Did
older
he?
son, you have to
Did he
watch
look
it
like him?
again. He looked just like him. I was like, I don't know if I can like this character right now because he looks just like this man. How they must have known he's gonna have to be in more seasons of Hawkeye. That's why they let his ass off. I'm just
Yeah,
fucking
but I mean, when they first hired him, I'm sure he didn't like look exactly like the fucking dude who
bruh.
just shot a bunch of people. So,
It had
you know what I'm saying?
it's his twin. It's his twin.
But I mean, it's like he's been there since they first showed him back in whenever they first showed his family. It's always been the same characters.
Oh, he grew up and just grew
Yeah,
into that.
yeah. So,
Damn, he evolved into Kyle Rittenhouse. He evolved for him. I'm just kidding. That's like that. But yeah, who else was in the show? Do you like Kate Bishop so far? Do you like her jokes? I think she's kind of funny. It's just kind of
I
funny.
mean, she's cool. I mean, it's not that funny, but I think she's a good actress, and she's giving the character something. It's not like it's not dull. You know, I like where they're going so far, but it's just like the fact that she just already has all these, unique skills to be able to fight this way. without any training. It's like she's not like it's showing flaws. Don't get me wrong, because she gets beat up and stuff still, but it's like she's out there fighting like fucking what's that dude's name again? Daredevil.
Hmm.
His season, like her ability to throw down and whoop ass right now. I put on Daredevil, who has actual abilities.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not like he was trained since he was a little kid by Styx, or his name was, and also has like this that fucking sonic sound vision thing that he can do, where
Hmm.
he can. So it's like he has stuff that makes him uniquely good and talented at doing shit like that, and you guys are on the same level. So I guess, and speaking of that, they're talking about bringing that character into the MCU, like merging those universes. That part, the Netflix
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Daredevil
Hmm.
and some of the characters from the Defenders. So it's like if they're gonna do that, they're going to have to find a way to soup up their abilities, because you can't have them fighting at Kate Bishop level, because that's pretty much like what I'm seeing and what they were doing on those shows. Other than like Luke Cage, who's just and Jessica Jones, who are just fucking legit superheroes, and the dude with the fist, she was fighting at like that level already.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I hope she doesn't do much more hand-to-hand combat. She just learns how to shoot that bow and arrow and just gets off. I feel like they could do a lot more putting into like the special kind of arrows they use. Um, I don't know. It can go a bunch of different ways, but the whole,
I, I hope she trains with them.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's what's happening next because the tracksuit gang is after her. They know who she is. They burned down her
And
apartment. Them goofy ass motherfuckers.
and I'm trying to figure out like why, like, who in that tracksuit gang originally got offended by Ronan, who, if you look at what Ronan was doing in Endgame and whatever, he was fucking people up.
Yeah,
So it's like, why would they think, yeah, I'm gonna go out here with this like petty ass fucking, attack on him, knowing what this motherfucker can do? He's chopping up samurai, not samurai, but yakuza motherfuckers with samurai swords and shit, and like, fucking organizations up, like actual mafia organizations up. So
by himself.
yeah, and a couple guys in some tracksuits and whatnot. I don't know, but I know they wanted it for like comic relief or whatever,
Right, bro.
but it,
He kept saying, bro.
yeah,
Come at me,
but
bro. What's going on,
it just
bro?
they didn't make sense as like actual enemies to Ronan, somebody who is out there like putting in work, taking out people and stuff. Pretty much a damn assassin with a, I was about to say a bow and arrow, but he wasn't using that at that time.
Yeah, it kind of gave me of a feel of a gang that's trying to like kind of like the Warriors. Remember that scene where it's a
Yeah.
gang trying to make their name off of kind of like fucking up Ronan. They didn't do nothing directly to Ronan didn't do nothing directly to them, but they know if they fucking kill Ronan or get the suit or whatever, they can prove
Mm.
themselves as a street gang because they're really low level. You can tell they're really low level street gang. They weren't even all the same race. They're fucking just bald dudes in tracksuits.
Yeah, but then there's also like that gang that came originally, who set up that bomb that were trying to get the when they're trying to auction off the suit
Hmm.
and whatever, and they were talking about getting a watch or something like that. Didn't they say that? Get a watch, but they didn't. I don't think they ever actually like dove into that more, did they?
No, not really, because yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of all got. Didn't they all get kind of disposed of, or did they run away or some shit?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
some of them got away.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really interesting to see because that boss lady that they at the end, she seemed like she was kind of crazy looking. So I don't know who she is, but if she was leading the tracksuit gang, she looked pretty serious. It was just
Yeah.
kind of funny how he turned himself in on purpose. So and he got out of the handcuffs or whatever, and then she just comes crashing through the ceiling, and they both get captured. Just point the guns at her. So I know there's gonna be flaws in her game. She ain't gonna be on point right away, but it's just kind of funny to me. I like their banter, the back and forth. I'm starting to really
Yeah,
like
but
Jeremy Renner.
yeah, Jamie, but another thing about her is like the fact that I don't understand how people like see the Avengers in their world, but in real life, if I see a motherfucker who is fighting on par or next to a god and holding his own, I'm going to show him a little more respect when he tells me to do stuff because she's like
Right.
defiant as fuck.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
this motherfucker fought aliens, you
Yeah.
know?
You can tell it's gonna be her character, kind of defiantly, you know, defiantly raw because she's gonna not
Yeah.
take it seriously. But when it all comes down to it, she's gonna be able to shoot that bow and arrow like she did with dude. Shot the cocktail out his hand from hella far up the stairs.
Yeah.
That shit was dope. That shit was dope. So we gonna see if she's lethal with that thing. Um, I'm glad he got the suit back because I thought he was gonna get busted right away. But yeah, I guess
Hmm.
Hawkeye can just walk around, I guess, carefree. Shit.
Yeah, I think they kind of put a little play on that, on how like, he's the Avenger who kind of doesn't get as much like, not credit, but when they were doing that whole little play and they had all this stuff to say about all the other Avengers, and then they just said that over the him, he always hits the target or something like that.
Do your thing. Always hit the target.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit was hella funny. Yeah, it was a good show, man. I'm excited to see what happens and what's to come from Hawkeye coming out every Wednesday. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do about this Wednesday's episode because shoot, because we drop on Friday. This will be dropped on Friday after the third episode came out, which we wouldn't be dropping until the next Friday after that. So maybe we'll get a short little, maybe 20, 30-minute episode, little check-in for what happened on episode 3
Okay.
before next Friday so we can get caught up in where we need to be on those videos. But so far as origin, pilot episodes, first couple episodes, how do you rate this against the other shows that we reviewed and we watched so far from the Disney Plus and Marvel?
Um. mm, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not as excited about this show as I was about the other ones.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I would rate it lower because of that, but it is entertaining nonetheless. It's just, you know, to be honest, Hawkeye, they haven't done enough with Hawkeye's character for him to be like a real attraction, like to where I would want to you know, I would actually spend my time researching it and shit. So
Mhm.
I haven't really done any of that stuff like I do with other shows. I kind of just waited for it to happen, and I didn't even know it was coming out the day it came out. The only reason I figured it out was because I kept seeing all reviews about it. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, it must be out. So I went and
Mhm.
watched it. But I don't know. It's still a good show, and I'm definitely gonna watch it. But it's just like I said, Disney just hasn't done enough with that particular character. Like even
Right.
with Scarlet Witch, like not Scarlet Witch, my bad, but the hell's her name again?
Black Widow.
Black Widow. Before she ever had a movie, they did so much with her in the movies that it felt like she had her own movie already. You already connected with the character a lot because she was in like Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
I forgot what else other ones, but she had like big roles in those. And the only big role I remember him having was when Loki like brainwashed him,
Right.
and that was like the most you really saw him get like a bunch of action, but he barely talked in that role. So he's always in just the quiet in the back one, just that's there that can shoot a fucking bow. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think he's going to do a job of kind of like introducing these younger Avengers because each show does it. They have an OG in there, kind of letting you know what's up, and then kind of introducing the younger player in the game. And I think Kate Bishop's going to be the new, young Avenger that they're going to throw at us, and when Jeremy Renner kind of decides to leave, and we'll still have a Hawkeye
Well,
continue to represent.
she's technically like the first one that they're actually like putting out there in action and having
Yeah,
her
yeah,
fighting and stuff.
yeah. Uh-huh.
They had a couple of them, I guess, already. I mean, I guess you can say young Loki.
Mhm.
You got the grandson of the Black Super Soldier dude.
Isaiah
Yeah,
Bradley,
his son. Yeah, his grandson is gonna be one of the Young Avengers.
you got Wanda's
Uh,
kids.
yeah, Wanda's kids. There you go. So they got a lot of them, and then I guess I don't know if She Hulk is gonna be part of them, but she's definitely having her own show.
Miss
She's a little
Marvel.
old. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Miss Marvel, the Khan one, Camila
Hmm.
Khan or something
Hmm.
like that.
And then we're getting
Uh,
Ironheart, so there's gonna be a lot of them.
it is, yeah, you're right. I
So
wonder who's gonna play that. It's gonna be a young black girl, right?
yep. So we got a
Okay.
lot of people to introduce and a lot of people to keep it going for a while. And Blade's going to be last, and that's Also throw this in there. Tom wow, Tom Holland's not going anywhere. He's actually just announced that he's actually signed on to do more Spider-Man movies. People were kind
That's
of
dope.
thinking that he was going to be done after this one, but they pretty much confirmed that these movies were filmed in threes. So this is the final one of that three movie sequence, and after
Hmm.
this they're going to move into the next phase of three
Mm.
movie sequences. I think they're going to actually have him grow up, go to college, grow up, and become adult Spider-Man, which is smart because I think he's like 25 right now in
I was
actuality.
watching I was watching something where they were talking about his friend, the chubby Asian dude who looks like he's hella older.
Yeah, Ned,
Yeah, they're talking about him eventually becoming the
Young
Green
Hob.
Goblin or
Yeah,
yeah, or
yeah,
the
yeah.
Hobgoblin or something like that. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah,
that would
there's a
be
lot of
pretty. Huh?
there's speculation because a lot of people are seeing the trailer for the first time that Nev is actually going to die. They're going to lose somebody. One of the a character is going to die in this one,
Oh
and
yeah,
thinking that he'll come back as the Hobgoblin.
as far as I think the Hobgoblin got brainwashed anyways, didn't he?
Mhm.
By the Green Goblin, I believe so. Some shit like that. So yeah, it'd be a dope little usage of his character to put more, depth in the actual plot anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, and they're
So
supposed to be putting Venom in Spider-Man 2. So we're going to see because I guess in the end of the Let There Be Carnage Venom, there was a in trailer scene where Venom was actually in the MCU.
I wonder how they're gonna do that because I wonder if they're gonna play. You know how like Venom tries to find like a dominant host, so it's like would they make it where that Venom like finds Peter Parker and then attaches himself to it and feels like the fact that Peter is of course like superior in strength because he's a fucking I don't know what the fuck he's a Spider Man. I don't know. He's
Yeah.
he has fucking superpowers and shit. He can lift up cars with one arm and shit. So, I'm sure that the symbiont will sense that and then be more adapted or want to use him as a host. And that's probably what's going to end up happening. That's what I'm assuming is going to end up happening. Something like that.
And
And
hopefully we get to see Venom more like the Spider-Man character that he actually is, and kind of use
yeah,
those webs and shit to actually get around
because
and swing.
I always thought that's what made Venom a little more powerful than like the other symbionts in some way. Is that because he attached himself to Peter Parker, who already had abilities, he kind of adapts those abilities. That's why he shoots the web, but he has stronger web than what Spider-Man was using. And he's like super strong and shit because Spider-Man was super strong and he kind of adapted that the whole
That'll be a great
Spider-Man
way.
look.
That'll be a great
Yeah,
way to end it. Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be
yeah.
amazing, actually. But yeah, me personally, it's kind of me. They're gonna show me a little more. The first couple of episodes of these, I think it was faster than WandaVision. Definitely faster than WandaVision. Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier just dropped us right into the action. We saw action right off the bat. So I
Hmm.
mean, as far as an opening episode, I feel like though that one, Falcon Winter Soldier was probably up there.
Hmm.
Um, Loki. Loki, I think we still were kind of trying to figure out what the show is going to be about too in the first couple episodes. So I
Yeah.
think giving us 2 episodes of this one was pretty smart to let us know what it's going to be about, and they left the cliffhanger until the end of the second episode. So I think it was cool. I think it was cool as far as premiere goes. Man, I'm excited to see a lot more every Wednesday. That is really smart, except for our recording schedule that's fucked up. But as far as them giving it to us early and not having to wait till Friday is pretty dope. Any last thoughts before we get up out of here?
Yeah, that Teofimo Lopez fight.
Oh yeah. Get
Him
into it. Get
versus
into it.
what's this Cambosa, who's Australian.
Mm-hmm.
So they fucking happy as shit now. So he is he's supposed to fight somebody else. I forgot who it was, but that fight ended up getting canceled. Or it got like I think I think he was supposed to fight this guy, but it ended up getting postponed because of an injury or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Teofimo Lopez to me, I don't want to say like a hater, but I just feel like he was kind of overrated anyways. But
Hmm.
he went into this fight as the other dude, Cambosa, the guy from Australia, went in as an underdog
Hmm.
and was not expected to win. It was supposed to be like one of those fights that Teofimo was supposed to just beat him and then go on to whatever the real fight, because he's part of that whole four kings. You ever heard about that?
Hmm.
So there's like these four kings of these young boxers. They used to have, it came from the shit they back when what's his name again? Fuck. Sugar Ray Leonard,
Hmm.
Tommy Hearns, fuck, what's his name again? Marvelous Marvin Hagler
Hmm.
and Roberto Duran were all boxers. Back in, they used to call those the Four Kings.
Hmm.
Now they got these young guys. They got who Tank Davis is, right? Of
Yep.
course. Shakur Stevens.
Hmm.
Oh, no, he's not. My bad. He's not one of them. Shakur Stevens isn't one of them. It's actually Devin Haney. Uh, what's that damn Mexican kid that everybody likes so much, but he hasn't really had any fights?
Talking about the fast dude on Instagram,
Yeah, what's his name?
Ryan Garcia or some shit.
Ryan Garcia is one of them, and then Teofimo Lopez is supposed to be the other one.
Hmm.
And but the funny thing is like as far as all of them, the only ones who I think have actually a decent resume are Tank Davis. Um, that's pretty much it. Teofimo Teofimo Lopez had one uh, person, and that was Lomachenko. So simply because he beat Lomachenko, who was considered to be like regardless, he was considered to be the best, arguably, but uh, he is very skilled. Don't get me wrong. Even though he doesn't have a very good resume either, or he does have a good resume, but he doesn't have a lot of fights professionally. Shit
Hmm.
ton of fights. Shit ton of fights amateur. I think he has like over 500 fights and only lost like one of the fuckers, the amateur, some crazy
Hmm.
shit. It's a lot. But um, that's his only notable win on his resume for Tiafimo. So when he got in a fight with Cambosa, I don't know. They were just expecting him to just like boom, end it quick and to be over. He went in there trying to like take his fucking head off.
Yeah.
Like even if you watch the first round, you were like, oh, Tiafimo was about to win. He's like teeing off on him and connecting over and over again the whole fucking round. Beating, he's like going in there and like shooting his wad out like a motherfucker as soon as he gets in the ring. And then they were talking about it. I guess Cambosa's they were telling him that, oh yeah, Teofimo said he's gonna come in there and trying to get you out quick. And he had mentioned, he was like, oh well, if he keeps on trying to firefight with me, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna clip him. And when they were talking about it, right after they got finished talking about it, that's what ended up happening. In the first round, Teofimo was going in there, teeing off, connecting, fucking up Cambosa, and then Cambosa catches his ass and knocks his ass down
Damn.
with a perfect overhand fucking right.
Oh my
And
god.
like, yeah, like really hit him too. Like his dad was trying to say, oh yeah, it was a slip, it was a slip. But they played it in slow motion and it was like a straight on overhand connect with the face fucking vibrates and shit, yeah. But so he went down in the first round. So all that shit he did in that first round where he was completely dominating, completely got erased with
Yeah.
one knockdown.
Hmm.
And after that, he came in and he was like he tried to like be aggressive, but it just kept slowing down more and more and more. And then he got to the point where he just wasn't really doing anything, just throwing a jab here and there. And he got exhausted, it seemed like. And then all of a sudden, towards like the end of the fight, he scored a decent knockdown and had a couple really good rounds, but he thought that he won. I thought he clearly lost it. It was like Cambosa had too much freedom in the ring and was doing like had this like it was he could throw combos and connect. And Tiafimo was connecting still, but it was like he was missing the majority of it. He was just throwing pop shots, trying to knock him out and shit. It was just like I don't know, but at the end of it, he was like saying how he won that, and everybody knows he won that fight. And I was like, I don't know if he was looking at the same fight, but even his dad in the corner wasn't telling him the truth. His dad was like, "Oh yeah, you're doing good. You won that fight that round." And it's like, nah, like tell him the truth. Like, nah, like you giving him too many liberties. You getting touched too much. And like, look at your face, damn it. You know, you bleeding. Your shit's all swollen. So it's like, I don't know. It was what it was. But now that they're Devin Haney and all of them are going after Cambosos because they think it's like, oh, that's easy pickings because he's one of those fighters that, you know, they feel like they can beat, but he just got not lucky. It's just that he just exposed Teofimo, maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens because
Does he
the
lose
way
his standing as a four king if he loses?
Teofimo, yeah, he lost all his belts, all that stuff. I mean, I don't think he should have been considered a four king, but yeah,
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah.
R.I.P. them belts. R.I.P. them belts.
I don't think any of them. I don't think any of them right now are like in the level to be considered four kings. I mean, if anything, I feel like it's only two kings, like Errol Spence and what you
Canelo?
call it. No, the dude who just beat uh Sean Porter. What was his name
Oh
again?
yeah,
Terrence,
Bud Crawford.
Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot his name. That sounds. I've been a fan of his for a while, but yeah, I feel like those are the only kings right now that's like I don't know tested enough to prove that they actually has what it takes. I don't know who will win out of that fight either. I would actually I want to see that one.
Yeah,
Errol
we were
Spence
there. I
and
remember us promoting that fight, and they canceled it because of the accident, right? Was it that one?
Terrence Crawford. Nah, they never actually ended up fighting. Or they never even like put that fight together.
Who
They
was he
couldn't
supposed?
get.
Errol Spence supposed to fight when he got in the hurt his eye, messed up his eye. I know it's
Oh, I
somebody
was
big.
that was Pacquiao.
Oh, that was Pacquiao. That's who it was. I thought it was fucking Bud Crawford. Nah,
Mm.
all right, for sure. That is right. It was fucking Pacquiao.
Yeah,
And then he fuck around, went in there and lost anyway.
yeah, I know, right? And then retired.
Yeah, he would have got his ass whooped probably. But yeah, man, that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for that. We got to get that boxing in every time for show because I'm trying to learn more about boxing for show. I'm a newbie, so trying to get up in there. But this is the end of the show where we like to let them know where they can find you at. Anything new? Anything new you want to let the people know?
Same thing. I kill Young on Instagram, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. Well, you know where to find me at SAC_Lydell. Patrick, SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Hit me up on them things. Get you some Best of Bias merch. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see it again, beanies here. You got the father caps or AKA dad hats. And then we got the hats you put water in, AKA bucket hats. All Best of Bias. You know what I'm saying? Got the logos on them. The next batch might have some embroiderment. I don't know. One of those. It's gonna be tight though. Plenty more coming soon, of course. You know where to find us on the Instagram or on the YouTubes. Best of Bias. Oh, the website, bestofbias.com. Not the bestofbias.com, it's just bestofbias.com. I updated it. I got all our past episodes on there. So you're pretty much up to date. Everything you want to hear if you don't have the podcast platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. If you don't have any of that, you can check us out on the website, bestofbias.com. Say it one more time with me, bestofbias.com. And we also got the YouTube and check out every episode on there. We try to do double duty. Thanks to this man on the left side of me. Depends on where you're sitting. He might be on your right. He's been doing all these videos and doing a wonderful job. So blow up his Instagram. Let him know how he's doing. Blow up the comments. Let us know how he's doing. And go ahead and like and subscribe and tell your friends and shit like that. Oh, also, let me tell y'all, all y'all Apple Podcast listeners, man, leave some 5-star reviews, some comments on the bottom there, because if you get 200 of them things, we can become official movie reviewers, TV show reviewers, and we can get scored towards Rotten Tomatoes and shit like that. Be official movie critics. So get down there if you like our reviews, and run us up so we can get some get noticed out here, get put on the top charts for a whole bunch of different categories for the podcast. And no matter where you are, where you listen, just leave comments and all that shit. But yeah, man, we out of here. For real though, if you're interested in the merch, let me know, man, because that's something I'm passionate in. And be on the lookout for a new surprise. I don't know what I'm gonna tell y'all, but a new surprise is coming soon. We never stop with the surprise on the Best of Bias podcast. But yeah. yeah, AKA, thank you for joining me today. I have to get in here to some shows. Probably gonna watch The Mayor of Kingstown. You should watch that. I'm telling you, everybody, go out there and watch that. Watch Kevin Hart's True Story. That's a fake story, but it's true because it's real. But yeah, it's the Best of Bias podcast. Yeah, fake true story by Kevin Hart, and it's not even funny. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not funny. But yeah, where my theme song at, man? You know where that shit is. Is it under my Best of Bias hat? No, because that's on top of my head. Go get you one. But anyways, it's right here. We out of here. Thank you guys for coming. We out.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias.